Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Em and this is Miss Keeper, and on today's episode of Training with Keeper, I'm going to share how I set my puppies up for success with a bath and a blow dry so that when they are big dogs, they'll be super good about it. So Keeper and the big dogs and I all went out on a walk the other day and they got super muddy. I'll put a clip in here so you guys can see.
Oh, Stella.
But they had a blast, and when we got home, Miss Keeper was exhausted and a total mess, so I decided to go ahead and give her a bath. She's tired right now, she can fall asleep. So I wanted to share with you guys how I do that. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments if there's any training videos you'd like to see, and how you think Miss Keeper is doing with her training. And we'll catch you in the next one. Enjoy, guys. Alright guys, so I've got a very dirty puppy here. We just had a lot of fun outside and she got very muddy, as you can see. So we're going to give her a bath. I'm going to take her collar off. And I've already got my shampoo mix in here. The water's a little bit chilly, which is why she's wiggling. There we go. I'm going to move my shampoo mix out of the way. And this is actually the first bath she's had in a little while. So she probably will be a little wiggly. But my goal when I bathe my puppies, besides getting them clean, is to set them up for how they're going to act as adults in the bathtub, which is really important, especially for the girls, because they get a lot of butt baths after they whelp. So first I'm just going to get her all wet. Good girl. Alright, now the shampoo that I'm using is EnviroGroom. It's my favorite brand so far. And I dilute it with water, and then I also add some apple cider vinegar to it. The apple cider vinegar acts as a conditioner. It loosens up any dead hair that's in there. It also helps so that the shampoo rinses out really well. You'll cut your rinsing time in half by adding apple cider vinegar. You don't have to add it to your shampoo mix. You can just, after you soap the dog up, have about 1 part apple cider vinegar to 1 part water and just pour it on while they're soapy and then rinse them. That works really well too. Because this is a puppy and I want to save time, I just mixed it in with her shampoo mix. So another thing you'll notice is when you get to the back end, they might get a little more wiggly, and that's mainly because you're not at the head controlling the head, which means they think they've got a little more freedom. And tricks to keeping your puppy comfortable, calm in the bathtub is making sure they're tired and making sure your water temperature is a super comfortable temp for them. If they're slipping on the floor, get a non-slip bath mat or a towel to put on the bottom of your tub. And I recommend getting something like this so that you have like a hose or something to use. No. Get this side. And another thing I try to teach my dogs is turn, turn. Good girl. I try to teach them to turn on command in the bathtub. My big dogs will do this automatically. When I tell them turn, they just turn to the other side so I can bathe the other side. So I start just by doing it with my puppies, and I just gently kind of turn their front ends. The back end will follow. I'll show you guys how I do that here. So I'm going to take her, slide her over to give her more room right here. And I'm just going to take my hand and I'm kind of going to grab a little bit of fur on her neck, a little scruff on her neck, not as a discipline, but just as a direction. Turn, turn, there. And I'm just guiding. Come on, come on. And I'm encouraging with this hand. Come on, come on. Good. And then sometimes their butt won't swing all the way, and so I just manually move them over just till they get in the habit of that. Now she's chilly. It's really a chilly day out, and we were outside. So she'll probably want the water a little warmer. And when I start rinsing, usually I'll do the chest and the chin. Good girl. And then I'll go over the head. And I use my thumb to wipe it out of her eyes. So a little bit over the face. And then I wipe it. And this seems to get them more comfortable with the water on their face if I wipe it away right away. This is how I start my puppies out. And she likes it. It's warm water. It feels really good to her. Especially on a tired, cold puppy. And then I work from the head down to rinse all this out. Now if they're super dirty, you might want to bathe them, soak them up twice. But I'm just going to do her once today. So another really good thing to teach them to do in this bathtub is stand. And I'm just taking my hand and bumping under her belly. And if she needs help, I'll do a little bit of a lift. And I always add the command stand, or I also use trophy, which is what I use to have the dog stat. Now notice when I'm rinsing, I rinse from the top down, and I stay kind of in one area until I feel it super rinsed. Sometimes dogs will get a little wiggly when you do their tail. Don't be afraid to really get in there, especially on the girls, and make sure you get that clean. Now you'll notice she's got a little bit of a burr and grass here. That'll blow or brush out better than it will rinse out. So when you think you've got your dog rinsed, it's not a bad idea to go back over them and rinse them again. After you're done rinsing, just run your hands over them and feel for any soap or bubbles. Squeeze out any extra water. And then towel dry. I always start with the face and get as much of the head and the face dry as I can. That way we don't have to spend a lot of time with the blower around the head, especially when they're little babies. And they love this part. She's leaning in I don't know if you guys can see. She's really leaning into this. They absolutely love the towel drying part. Now it's important when you're doing this to do it with the idea of how you want an adult full-size golden to act while you're doing this. So if she was getting all crazy and barking, it's fun and cute when they're little puppies, but you don't want a 60 to 80 pound dog doing that. So you kind of want to set them up for success by trying to get them to act the way you would want an adult dog to act during whatever process. And sometimes, usually being wet will make them super frisky, and towel drying will make them sometimes a little crazy. So, all right, I'm gonna move her over and we're gonna get her drying. All right, so I'm gonna towel dry her, and I want you to notice I've set her up for success with a couple things on this towel dry, or blow drying, I'm sorry, not towel drying. We've already towel dried, but I've got her up, I've got her in my sink. It's not ideal, but it's what I've got right now, but you wanna put them up off the floor, that way they can't just run off. Another way I've set her up for success is she's tired. You'll hear me talk a lot about doing some things with your puppies when they're tired. And it's just, it helps you kind of get them in, like if she was full, like right out of the kennel, right after a nap, ready to go, she would want to play with the dryer and get all crazy rather than, okay, I'm tired, I just want to take a nap right now. It changes the energy level that they're going into this with, and so it will change the way that she is going to react to it. So I've lined my sink with a towel. I've got another towel which I'm going to use to try to catch the water that I'm blowing off of her. I've got a easy blow dryer, and I'm going to use this on the lowest setting at first. It's been a couple weeks since she's had a bath, so it's been a couple weeks since she's seen the blow dryer. So I'm going to let you guys see. She may go a little crazy with it at first, but I want you guys to watch how I get through this. She's got hiccups right now. Little baby hiccups. They're so cute. All right, here we go. So let her sniff it at first. I've got my hand rubbing on her chest, so when I put this on her chest, she already feels my hand there, so that's a little bit of comfort. And I'm not going to let her move away from it. She may try to run from it, she may wiggle a little bit, but because she's up, she won't be able to as well. And I'm just going to gently work on her chest right now. This is close to her head, but it's not on her head. I'm going to work up her neck. Now, you don't want to be doing this because you can actually stress them out. So just slow motions back and forth. If you just hold it still, it will dry, but it won't dry as quickly. And if you move it just slowly, it'll feel more like you're petting. So she's doing pretty good. I'm going to try to do her head, and this is the part they're probably going to get the most wiggly about. It's why I try to do it first, because once you do the head, then they're like, okay, the worst is over, and they kind of settle in for the rest of it. So I'm going to start with the back of the neck, and I'm going to turn her head so that she doesn't get the air blown into her ears, her eyes, or her mouth or nose. And then you can work your way. She doesn't like it on top of her head. That's fine. We're not going to stop. If she freaks out, we're not going to stop doing it on a freak out. We want her to be calm. Good girl. And another thing you can do, I'll show you on this side. Hold the ear forward, and then you blow this way. Now you'll notice I'm holding her muzzle, but I'm holding the ear forward so the air can't go in her ear. And then the direction I'm blowing is actually blowing it away from her ear. Now she's getting super wiggly, thinking she can outrun this, and I'm not going to let her get away with that. This will not stop blowing on her if she's in a panic, like if she's trying to get away from it. Again, my hand is massaging, so it's kind of buffers the fact that I'm blowing air on her. I'm supporting her head. She usually will drop her head down when you blow on top. So I'm kind of supporting her head. I can hear her talking. That's okay. I don't want her to panic herself, so I'm not going to continue to the point where she's panicked, but I'm not going to stop just because she's not the happiest about it. So we're going to continue. We're going to do this here. Good. And again, while she's wiggling, if I stop when she wiggles, she's going to think wiggling makes it stop. So with the little baby puppies, I don't worry about drying them super well. My goal is to get the majority of them dry, but my primary goal is just that they get exposed to the dryer and have a positive experience. I'm not worried about her being perfect with this, just good enough to where we can build off for the next session. Now you can see she's got some burrs and stuff in here. That'll either blow out or brush out when I'm done. It doesn't rinse out in the soap or with the water very good. This is the difference between a puppy that's tired and a puppy that is full of energy. She just wants to go to sleep right now. That's all she wants to do is curl up and go to sleep. If she was had just had a nap and she'd be rearing to go, she'd probably be very vocal and trying to bite at this and trying to jump out. But because she's tired, we're getting a calm puppy that just wants to lay down and go to sleep. And she's cold, so she's trying to curl up in a little ball. I know, it feels funny. Now she's big enough I can turn this dryer up on her, which I very well may do here in a minute, but I'm just going to let you guys watch. I'm going to finish blow drying her and let you guys watch. That wasn't too bad. You could see she got to a point where she was facing this way. She didn't want to face this way because you're sitting on basically a block where it's like a wall basically. So there was nothing to look at over there and she didn't like it. But I didn't want her to think that if I put her in a position she could just move out of it. You can see she's chilly. She's damp. Like I said, it's cold out. So we're going to get her in the other room where it's warmer. But what I did was I basically wanted to get a win by her being in that position, facing that way, with the blower on, without her scrambling around. And so once I got that, then I said, okay, you know, you've had enough. I'm going to let her go back in this position where she's a little more comfortable. And then I'm going to blow her a little bit more and let her be in this position at a really good, not wiggling, not crying. And she did that really well. And that's where I said I'm going to turn off the... Okay, my battery died right as I was finishing up. But in a nutshell, the way you end your grooming session sets the tone for the way your next grooming session will go. So if you turn the blow dryer off when your puppy is wiggling or fussing or not sitting still, they're going to think that if they wiggle, fuss, whatever, that's going to turn the dryer off. And so they will continue to do that. But if you don't turn that dryer off until they are still calm and quiet, then they're going to think, if I'm still calm and quiet, the dryer will turn off more quickly. And then eventually they will learn to love it. My big dogs enjoy being blow dried. Like, they will line up to get the blow dryer on them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped you out. Again, hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know what training videos you would like to see, and we'll catch you in the next video. Have a golden day.